no team finds Manchester City easy, and when you go 1-0 down in the opening two games, that's very hard, Roy.
Yeah, we were architects of our own downfall, there's no doubt about that. It would have been very, very tough, whatever happens here, but you need to give yourself a little bit of leeway. But when you concede a goal in the very first minute, and then just before half-time you received that third goal, which was a fantastic strike, wind assisted, which flew in, which was a little bit harsh because at 2-1 I thought we were making a decent effort to stay in the game and making life as difficult for them as I could expect us to make. But that third goal put them in the ascendancy. But then the fourth goal, right in the first minute of the second half, I mean, that's unforgivable, really, if you seriously think you're going to come here and dent any hopes they would have of beating you. So as a result, we had to pay the price for that. Whilst saying that, of course, you can't deny that they are clearly a better side than we are. So it was always going to be very, very difficult for us to come here and get a result.
Shame for Kamara that right at the start of the second half gave away the pass that led to the penalty, because over recent weeks, and he scored today, he's been one of your brighter ones, hasn't he?
Absolutely. He had a good game today. I think I'm more disappointed that we decided, the left centre-back decided to pass the ball there to the left-back, because we know how quick they are to pressure, and really inviting them on like that, we put him under some unnecessary pressure, which he wasn't able to deal with, and that led to the penalty. But I mean, all goals are bad goals to concede, all goals are errors somewhere along the way, so it doesn't matter how much you try to analyse them or want to analyse them, you don't change the effect. And the effect is that at 3-1, going into a second half, we were hoping we might stay in the game for a little bit, and who knows, the ball might break our way. We find ourselves totally out of the game after just 1 minute of the second half. So really what you're hoping for then is that they don't score 10.
You remember the great escape at Fulham. You won here 2 down, you won the game 3-2. And I did a lot of the Fulham games in that great escape season for Match of the Day. There was a great spirit about your team there. Is there the same spirit at Watford Football Club for you at the moment?
We've got to hope so. We've got to try and engender it anyway. That's the thing. We had to engender it at Fulham. Let's hope we can engender it here. The last 2 matches which we've played at home and lost, we haven't really been that bad. It's circumstances which have caused us, in actual fact, to lose those games. But I haven't got the feeling that we've lost them, because there's no spirit, there's no fight, there's no heart. And I think it'd be harsh if people suggest that was the reason we lost heavily today. I don't think it was because players weren't trying. It's just that, unfortunately, we got punished for 1 or 2 of the mistakes we made, and were overrun, of course, by a more powerful team.
Sarr got a knock in the first 5 minutes. Did that impinge on his performance? He was a little bit quiet today, I felt. He didn't get an injury in the first few minutes?
No, I don't think so. It was a quiet performance from him, but I'm still hoping we're going to see some much more dynamic performances from him in these last 5 games, because, of course, we're going to need that if we're going to come out of this situation.
You've got 1 or 2 winnable home games, haven't you, up and coming? People going doom and gloom for Watford. You've got Burnley at home. I think you've got Everton at home. These are rivals for you.
Absolutely, yeah, but you've got to win them. And to do that, we have to defend better and not make the sort of defensive errors which led to some of the goals today. And then, of course, we've got to make certain that the chances we create, we take, whilst, of course, continue to create them, because you're not going to create all the... I don't really pay a lot of attention, and when I say, well, we could have had more goals, well, of course, they could have had more goals as well. So, I don't think we created anywhere enough chances to merit 2 or 3 goals today. They did create enough chances to merit 5 goals, but were aided, unfortunately, by some defending, which I think we're better than needing to give away.
I've known you for a long time, 41 years, Roy. I made it this week.
Right.
Going back to a very tough job you had down in the West Country, a very, very tough job. But probably compared to what you've got, this is a cakewalk probably compared to that. But how difficult is it?
What, the job?
Yeah.
Well, it depends what you mean by difficult. We came in, Ray and I, with high hopes of trying to save the club from relegation. We thought that by working as we do and trying to organise the team and get a good shape to the team, we might be capable of pulling them away from the relegation zone and keep them in the Premiership. And at the moment, that's not happening, but it's not over yet, as you rightly say. So I don't know about the job being difficult or comparatively more difficult than other jobs. The job is the job. This is the group of players that we've been given to work with. We're doing our level best to try and make them into a better football team and to encourage them to believe that there's still hope for them and that they do have enough quality as individuals to help the club get out of this situation. And that's what the job is, and that's what I signed up for, and that's what I'm still enjoying doing.